impressions of the two new guys?
Both are excited to be here. Liked what I saw from them on the ice. You've seen them, obviously you know the players well, but you get them on the ice with our guys, and you develop even greater respect for them when you see them live and in our drills and in our system, all those kind of things. So that was really good. Most importantly, just seemed like they fit in really well with the guys and their interactions.
Specifically with Giordano, obviously with Muzzin and Sandin out, the options were limited. What was kind of the thought process in putting him in with Timothy?
Yeah, when we looked at it, we thought keeping things lefty righty was made a lot of sense to us, and then at the same time it maintains pairs that have been together with Brody and Hall and Riley and Labushkin. So we just thought it made some sense that way. I think when Muzz returns, we'll probably get a different look at that time, but for right now, I think this makes a lot of sense for us to just do it this way.
How do you think both guys will help with the second power play?
Well, obviously Giordano's a veteran guy that's played power play for a long time and had success with it. So having another guy like that, obviously Sandin I think has done a good job for us there, but a veteran like Gio to pair with a veteran like Spez on that unit, I think that there's a lot of positives in that. In Blackwell's case, he hasn't been on the power play much at all this season in Seattle, but he did play a fair bit in New York last year, and we looked at that. And he played that position in the bumper on the inside there. And Kasha, as a right shot, had been playing in that spot. So we liked what we saw of him in New York. And with Kasha being out, we just thought it made a lot of sense to just give him that opportunity there.
Blackwell said he played against you with Rochester in the AHL. Did that go into the thinking at all that it was a player that you were a little bit familiar with?
Well, obviously, Kyle and management, scouts, they made the decision, to get him included in the deal. But both Kyle and I both, are familiar with him because of his time in Rochester. That's where, we first got to know him well, and that was a big rival of ours in Roch, and saw a lot of him and liked him, his work ethic, how he moves his feet, how he competes. That it jumps out to you right away. You can't help but notice that. So I've always had a lot of respect for him as a player, and kind of followed him along the way from there. I think as Kyle mentioned yesterday, we tried to get him in the past, even through free agency, and having him part of this deal, I think, is good for us. And because we do like the player, but also it fits a lot of needs for us. He's another very versatile guy. He can play all three forward positions. He can take face-offs. So it's another right-handed shot face-off option for us. So we like a lot of that. You've seen how we've used Kerfoot this season and moved him around, and his versatility and Engvall's versatility. To have another guy like that is very, very good for us.
What's Kasha's status?
We're just going to continue to monitor him. He's in the hands of the medical team to just make sure that they're cautious with him and making certain before he gets going again that he's feeling like himself, and that they're taking the appropriate time to make sure that that's the case with a guy like him in particular, obviously.
Peter seemed to take the waiver situation fairly well. He seemed to have confidence in his own abilities. What's your take on how he's handling everything?
I think he's handled it well. I met with him today just to see where he was at, and also give him my thoughts of where I think he's at and what it is we need from him going forward here. So I think he's handling it well. I think if anything, my message to him is that it should be a full reset here now. It's a bit of a shock to a player, an established NHL player that goes on waivers. That in itself is a shock, and then when you clear waivers, it should be even more of a shock that you haven't been nearly good enough. So it's an opportunity for him to really get to work here now. That it is real, and that we need him to be better. We believe he is a much better goalie, and he's proven that in his time in the NHL. That's why we went out and signed him this summer. That's why he got the deal that he got. because he earned that and was worthy of it because of his time in the NHL. We need him to get to work and get back to that. So that was really my message to him, is that he's capable of much better, and we do believe in him. And it's time for him to really get to work and deliver on it.
On that note, him or Sheldon tomorrow night?
Yeah, we haven't decided on that yet. And that was part of my message to Peter, is that I was going to meet with him today. We're going to let him get his work in practice, and then we're going to kind of revisit it and see where he's at. He has been through quite a bit the last couple of days. You can imagine what that would be like for him emotionally, but I liked what I saw from him in practice today, and we'll look at it and revisit it, because at the same time we've got a guy in Källgren that has done a good job for us and came in at a time when we needed saves and we needed a goalie to give our team confidence, and he's done that for us. So we can't overlook that, because we've come to really believe in his ability to play for us too.
Sean, once Jake comes back, do you envision a Giordano, Brody reunion coming to mind, given that how effective they were in Calgary?
I would say that we definitely would see that at some point, for sure. Obviously, Riley and Brody has been very good for us as well, so we don't want to lose sight of that dynamic and what that does for our group. But like I said yesterday, in Giordano's case, the thing that I love the most is it gives us options, and it probably even more important than the options is it allows for greater distribution of minutes, or perhaps a better or more efficient distribution of minutes, to share some of the workload throughout our group with having another reliable veteran player that can play in all situations. So however it shakes out, that'll be determined based on what we see and what we watch and how the chemistry is. So I think it's important for us to try different things and make sure we don't just attach to one thing. Like I said, we'll start this way here. When Muzzin comes back, that in itself will force us to shift things around. And I like Riley Brody. We know that works well for us, and we've known that Giordano Brody has worked well in the past. But we'll want to get a look at that in blue and white when we do get back to the blue and white.
How do you like the black tracksuit?
I like the black tracksuit a lot. It's good. It's a good change. I think it's obviously. The Leafs are and forever will be blue and white, and that's what we're known for. I had a little joke with Gio about that today, but obviously it's done for the next generation of fans, and I know that my kids love it. So I think that's the target audience they're going for, and it seems to have done the trick. So it's a good change. We've been moving things around a little bit here with our uniforms of late, with the outdoor game and St. Pat's jerseys, and now this. So those are all kind of things that change it up a little bit, and I think the guys look sharp in black.
Sheldon, oftentimes when a player comes to a new team, it can be overwhelming. Just watch Giordano, specifically entire practice. He didn't seem to be flummoxed or asking a lot of questions or anything. Just kind of, what were your initial impressions of him?
Yeah, it's just he's a pro. I mean, he's not fazed by any of this. He's very comfortable with who he is and what he's done in the league and what he brings to our team. So I talked to him a few times off the ice, on the ice. I observed him a lot. It's like it was another day at the office for him, and that's really what you're looking for when you bring in an established veteran player, that they look comfortable right away, like they belong. And I thought the same with Blackwell too. Just looked very confident, very comfortable, and so I think both guys will be a good fit. Not worried about their personality or their maturity level or anything like that. Both guys are going to fit in real nicely.
It's like Wayne's back in tomorrow night, so you're talking to him at the end of practice. What's your message to him? What are you looking for from him?
Yeah, obviously he's missed some time here, and I think in the time that he's missed, I think we've gotten some real good efforts out of that line. Him coming back in, we just want to see that continue, and we're looking to find some stability on that line, and a line that can give us energy and spend time in the offensive zone, and look to win shifts against other teams' fourth line primarily, which is usually the matchups. So that's really it. Just him coming in and simplifying his game, and forecheck, be physical, be a presence in the game, and look to generate positive momentum for our team. So that's what we're looking for from that line. And with Wayne coming back in, he's going to have to fill that purpose.
Thanks, Coach.